Good afternoon. Today is the 10th of August and this is Bourton-on-The-Water, which many of you will probably be familiar with. It's a little village in the Cotswold. It's incredibly popular with holidaymakers at this time of year. This is the Cotswold Motoring Museum. I think the last time that I came here would have been around 1994. It's changed a little bit since then, and I think we're going to be putting a mask on today and we're going to be going in. It's about as kind of good as it gets really these days for doing the Slightly Shambolic Shuffles around things like this. So if there is wind noise, if there is background noise, if I get interrupted by things, if I ramble on, or if the information I say is incorrect, then that's just the way that it is. I'm sorry. It isn't very easy doing these things, as you know, people who've tried on here on YouTube channels will know. But there are about 40 cars inside here. I don't think we'll be looking too much at the toy collection so much. We'll be looking at just the cars. And yes, it should be interesting. So the museum is owned by an organisation called Boundless, which used to be called the Civil Service Motor Organisation, or Motor Association or something. I can't remember exactly what the acronym is. Here we have lots of model toys and things like that. Just keep going through here. Is that toy sighted in a motorcycle? Interesting. I am going to sort of go through this bit very quickly because I don't want to spend too much time there. I've got to wear masks and things in here, and I don't really like wearing one. Boris says I must do, so I must wear my mask. I don't really want to get the virus either. It's not fun. So here are lots of toys and things, very old ones. I'm sure some of you would enjoy this. Probably more than me. I'm not so much into this kind of stuff, but some of these are very beautiful, very handcrafted. You don't see things like this anymore, so you know, if you want to come and see them, the entry fee at the moment for adults at the Cotswold Motor Museum is only £6.50. That's pretty good. Just found a collection of pre-War Boys road signs out here. Narrow Ridge, Road Narrows. War Boys was, I think, 62, 63 they came in. I think the lady who helped to design them was Margaret Calvert. There's a War Boy sign there. These are the pre-War Boys ones. Interesting sort of little studs and things they had in them. And the maker's name there. Based in Stockport. It's interesting to see these, and I've already seen some more delights within. 1952 Series Morris Minor with the original side valve engine. I think 1952 was the last year of production for the So it's really interesting to see it here. The raised headlamps came in, I think 50-51. They were fitted to export models before. The British market ones were, the lights were a lot further down originally. It's amazing to think that this basic design went right up through to 71. Split windscreen, of course. Don't know much about motorcycles. That one is about, there's a Suzuki, about 75, 76. Got some little scooters here. Again, I don't really know much about them. Oh, as Simon Says. Fantastic. Is that Lee Majors as Steve Austin? Martin Landau, Space 1999. The Barnet Woman. Excellent. Maxi Pugh. It is Star Pugh. Ah, fantastic. A 1974 Hillman Imp. Very, very late Hillman Imp. Is that Alexandra Bastedo? The Champions. Excellent. I like seeing things like that. Last, that's just maybe 92. Functional. Small boot. No, the boot is in the back, sir. The boot is in the back, and that is the rear hatch. That is how you access the luggage compartment. LJ, local plate to where I'm from, actually. That's I think Bournemouth, actually. LJ. not far from where I'm from. More kind of motorcycles and scooters, Vespa. Is that a Triumph that? Or a BSA? Don't really know. And a Lambretta. Ah, that's more like it. There was actually a Land Rover like this. Was it OPC something C? Featured in the episode of Hidden Tiger. So this is a Series 2 Land Rover from 1965. This is for longer wheelbase. This is a 108-inch one. And there's next to a Sinclair C5. Mr. Richardson View is driving actually has one of these. I don't think it works at the moment though. Oh, and there's a chap who recognised there, Mr. Roger Moore, Simon Templar. This is a 73 Volvo 1800S, and so this would be completely wrong for the era. The 800 ES was never used in Saint, was used for protectors though in 73. So that is actually wrong. That should be, I don't know, just to continue really. Never mind. Oh, Triumph Herald, very nice. So it's 59. It's a really, really early one. Interesting. When the Herald first came out, it was I think a 948cc engine out of the standard 10, as far as I know. Nice little sort of picnic set of things in there. They've really gone for it. I'm going to get a copyright strike on this video, this music and things. So we're not going to be monetized on this video, viewers. But never mind. I don't really care. I'm just happy to be here. 1972 Mini Clubman. I went in one of these in South Africa. They made all the minis in South Africa at the time. I think it was 76 when I went in. They all look like they still have the Clubman front end. This is a British market one, so we have the later door handles, windows that wind down, and it's an auto actually, that one. Just hold that nice and close so you can see. There's the automatic transmission lever. Very nice period colour. Nice condition actually as well. Norton motorcycle. Oh, and a Ford Zephyr Mark III from 1964. Obviously not in Z-cars, it's the wrong colour. Yes, member of the Civil Service Motoring Association, now called Boundless. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm not going to touch me. Just the lens of the camera will touch, not me. There we go. Just take a look at front. Interesting. Not all number plates after 63 would have had letters at the end. Some areas actually didn't, and this obviously is an area where they didn't. Interesting. Another little model car here. Don't know what that is. Sometimes there's no information on certain of these things, but the cars themselves like this are normally pretty well signposted. Ooh. That's in Morris, Oxford. Be a 20s one now. It's just nice walking around and seeing things like this. It's been so long since I've been able to do it. Light's not brilliant in here. Apologise for that. Some random little knickknacks. Castrol. And we've got 1936 Morgan Supersport. Three-wheeler, of course. Built in Malvern Link in Worcestershire. You can still kind of buy the same type of car these days if you really want to. Engine, of course, a JAP engine of the motorcycle. I think that's a V-twin engine. Very distinctive thing. There's the old-fashioned type of radiator as well. Marvellous. Fiat Topolino. also known as a 500, designed by Dante Giacosa. He also designed the first Waver 500, or Nova Cinquecento, which came out in '57. Someone's sadly damaged a trafficator on this 1938, I believe now. And I'll try to put me in through that. There we go. A little idea of some of the interior. Come around to the front as well. One of the things that you're aware of when you come here is the fact that the place is full of these enamel signs. And the chap who founded the museum, whose name is Mike Kavanagh, who I met when I was much younger, I think first in 1992, started a museum, I think in the early 80s, and the first exhibit that he had was an enamel sign that he picked up in South Africa. If you want to see what Mike Kavanagh looks like, just watch the title sequence of Brum. Brum is probably around here somewhere. We'll go and have a look to see if he's here. First of all, this is an Austin 7 Ulster from 1931. Doesn't even have a number plate on it. Of course, more motorbikes, but I don't know anything about. I'm really sorry. The camera over just then. It is quite hot today. I've taken it out of its case, so if it happens again and I cut off in the middle of a sentence, then I do apologise. It's just the way that it seems to be going today. This is a 1964 MG 1100, complete with mud, because it's a historic rally car, I think. And there we go, there's a photograph of it competing in the Monte Carlo Challenge in 1994. Sport version. I mean, probably about 61 horsepower in the MG 1100 Mark 1. Not an awful lot. The place before it was a motor museum was actually called the Old Mill, so that is something from, you know, before, so was that about 1981 I think the museum was founded. Mike Kavanagh sold museum to Boundless or CSMA in 1999. This is a very, very rare car. This is an All Days and Onions, which you've probably never heard of. I certainly never had. All Days and Onions Victoria from 1911. It's so old, but it's only got one letter on number plate. That shows you how old it is. Don't know anything about these. It's not eligible for London to Brighton. It's not quite old enough, but it's interesting to see these. And that was the name of the two people who came to found the firm, I believe. Back here, got a Rover 8 van, ancestors to my Rover 45. It's funny that the radiator is like a dummy, and these bits here, oh well, where it gets cooled. Can't remember what engine is in here. It's probably a flat twin or something, definitely air cooled. Yes. Anyway, got a interesting kind of wagon of some description here, and other little coach things. Interesting. Triumph Super 7, 1932. Having some, my gosh, fuel in it. Is that a fuel tank? It's pretty dangerous. Not in the best condition, this one, but I don't think it really matters. Interesting, that's like a coach side indicator used as a trafficator there. There's the little engine in there. Wow. 33 miles an hour, but it was the supercharged version. Unrestored example. Interesting. Blacksmith's Forge. The tractor. Got a Ferguson. Yes, it is. That's what the museum looked like in about 1950. Now this is the hall that I remember most from my childhood when I came here. I'm not sure all the back of the museum was in use at the time, but this is a 1950 Riley RMD 2.5 litre Tourer. Just look at this lovely interior. Probably leather. I'm not allowed to touch anything in here, so I can't feel it to tell you. Boater on the front seat. I do like Rileys. Always thought of them as nice cars. And next to it, Sunbeam Alpine, or Sunbeam Talbot Alpine, I think they used to call them. This is pre-Roots Group, I think. This one be a 54. I think this car is the one in To Catch a Thief. It's not exactly this one because that's a left-hand drive car, but it looks like this anyway. And right in the background, here is Brum, and there is your title sequence from, I think, 1991 they first showed that. It's very poor quality in the background, but I remember that so well. And they filmed that. Bourton-on-The-Water was no way as busy as it is today. It's very busy and full of people. This car definitely appears in title sequence. This is a Jaguar XK 140 from 1956. That is most certainly in the title sequence of the series. And is that Audrey Hepburn sitting in there? Yes, it must be. I think Mike Kavanagh had a bit of a thing for Austin 7s, and you can kind of see that went to the design of Brum. Here's a 7 Chummy, 1929. If you want to see an actual review of an Austin 7, have a look at the one on the Furious Driving channel, which is a 7 Ruby from 1935. They're all quite similar. There'll be another Austin 7 around the corner actually as well. But this is an Invicta. I remember this from when I last came here. Sort of sporting, sort of luxury maker car. It didn't actually last the war. And this is a 32. Didn't last very long at all, the company. It only lasted really until 33. So they tried to keep making cars after that. I actually know a specialist in the New Forest who loves these cars and prefers to work on these out of anything else. And we've got another motorcycle. It's a Brough Superior. That's a make I've not heard of for a while. And a Standard 8 from 1946. Again, not a car that you see an awful lot anymore. Flying Standard. Great for starting handle, of course. I imagine the Standard 8 looked quite similar to the Standard 8 that came up just before the war started. Was the case in those days. Now this is rather nice. This is a 1938 BMW 327. It had a 2-litre 6-cylinder engine generating 55 brake horsepower. There's the interior there. As I said, I'm not touching anything apart from maybe sort of tip of the camera sometimes. You can see where BMW get their reputation from. This was a fantastic car on its day. I'm sure Matt from the Matt's Beamer channel will like that. Here we have an Austin Taxi. I forget what model this is. There's Sid James. There he is. This isn't the right model to carry on cabbie, but it's not far off. Those would be the old FX3. This is a pre-war one. Kind of a brown colour, I think. Of course, someone's got the open luggage compartment here because that was a feature of taxis at the time. Viewers, my phone once again overheated and I had to turn it off. So I apologise for the choppy nature of this, but we'll keep going if we can. 1934 Riley Kestrel. I love this car. I remember loving it when I was younger. There's Leslie Phillips sitting inside it as well. Such a beautiful old car. Riley really had some of the nicest designs of the 30s. Shame they're not around anymore. Another Riley Adelphi. Kenneth Williams is sitting inside this one. Just another beautiful old car. Why has it got a skier in front of it? Who knows? Girling brakes. Very good. Jaguar Mark V from 1951. This thing's enormous, isn't it? Absolutely huge. Huge big old car. Some nice sailboats in the back. And a roof counter way over there. Austin 10 Clifton, 1937, a bit bigger than a 7. But similar type of thing. Nice interior. What on earth is that? Oh, it's one of those moving hand things for signaling where you want to go. There we are. What is this? American Austin. Oh, it's a Bantam. This was the American version of the Austin 7. It was made in, I think, this one about 1934. There we go. Obviously, BMW made a Dixie, and Datsun also made a type of 7 at the time as well. Sorry if my phone keeps jerking around. It's MGY from 1950. It's very, very pre-war, doesn't it? It didn't really have the post-war range of cars that looked a bit more modern until the Gerald Palmer design one came in. I think it was 53 that came in. Another Austin 7, Austin 7 Nippy. Mike Kavanagh loved Austin 7s, didn't he? It's not really, difficult to see why, really. They were very, very, very iconic cars. Lovely caravan at the back as well. Another lovely caravan here. That's, I think, a 30 Shell petrol pump. Morris Minor, which Mr. Richardson recently reviewed on his channel, which I gather was a little bit difficult to drive. Obviously, check out the Furious Driving channel for a review of a 1930 Morris Minor. Certainly wouldn't want to have a go in that myself. So I'd had a few drinks beforehand, possibly. Ooh, very nice. Some more music here. I think this is an MG. MGTD from 1953. Yes, it is. I was correct. You can see that in the dashboard, very distinctive. Very late TD. TF was kind of out quite soon after that. And then last of all was the TF 1500. This would have a 1250 X-Pag engine. And then Austin 7 Swallow from 1929. William Lyons, the founder of Jaguar, started off in the Swallow Sidecar Company in 1922, and this is what he used to make. Is for Arthur Lowe in there? Yes, there's one of these in Bewley as well. Actually, this is a metal-bodied one, but you can also get a fabric-bodied saloon as well. And last of all, MG JT Midget 1932. Not a massively different looking car really from the one from, wow, 20 years later, the TD. This is a earlier type of midget, strict 2-seater. Again, that distinctive dashboard, locked again on that side. Excellent. So there we are, just about completed that Slightly Shambolic Shuffle. In spite of camera overheating, background music, which I'm sure will give me possibly some kind of copyright thing, but you know, I'll just demonetize the video. Yeah, that museum is 40 years old, and I did enjoy it. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment below. I hope we get more Shambolic Shuffles this year, but I don't really know. Possibly, possibly not. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I'm sorry if I said that twice. It is a bit warm today and my brain's a bit addled. I've been in that mask. But anyway, thank you.